mean, I've already lost my hair, Andy. I don't know what else is going to fall off by the end of this series because it has been absolutely ridiculous. But the story so far is where we are. Bracket reset, grand final. This will be the final best of 5 of the evening. There is going to be some changes to the maps, of course. We're going to be playing some fresh maps so that we get to see some more game types. But we've had 50-49s. We've had insane 5-second ball hold for the entirety to overtake scores in Oddball. What else are we going to see now? Because this has just been mental.
It's been mental. An incredible grand final. I want to shout out to everyone here who's been watching with us all evening long. An absolutely amazing start to the Halo Infinite 2021-2022 season. Up next is going to be Strongholds Recharge, then StelluR on Streets, CTF Aquarius, which was our game 1 in the last series. Oddball on live fire we haven't seen, and then StelluR Bazaar will be the game 5 if we need it. But just like you said, Onset, we have had a hell of a grand final so far between these teams. And C9, a team that was yet to drop a game heading into this grand final. In that last series, they dropped 3. They lose the series. Here we go. 1 final grand finals. The team that wins this series will win the tournament.
Well, deep breath, everybody, because here we go again. If you're on the edge of the seats, well, it's time to maybe sit back just a few inches to make sure you're safe for another 5 games of Halo Infinite, because it has been a wonderful evening of action so far. We're headed over to Recharge, Andy. We've seen some of the weapons, we've seen some of the setups, but this time we've got a little bit of a different game type.
That's right, indeed. Seeing some people in chat asking, what does the bracket reset mean? And we'll get into that in just a minute. But after we watch the opening of this and the first few kills will be going in for Optic as they're able to pick up that kill on Penguin and Control. Going to be very happy with that. Maybe get some early control here as they pick up a second kill as well to let everyone at home know why that bracket reset. You had Cloud9 coming in from the winner's bracket and Optic Gaming coming in from the loser's bracket. Another nice kill, by the way, coming in there for TriPPPeY. He's not done just yet. So because Cloud9 had not lost a series just yet, they had to technically be sent to the loser's bracket. That's exactly what Optic Gaming did, and now we have an even footing. Best of 5. The team that wins this will win the tournament.
As simple as that. Whoever wins this series will win the tournament. But it's going to be an interesting one for sure. So looking at the strongholds early on here, it's going to be Cloud9 who have a pretty good start to things. They do have control, I was going to say, just for a moment, but as I say that, it gets flipped back to Optic Gaming. So Optic Gaming have control of A and C right now, as we're going to be watching TriPPPeY trying to trap them on the yellow side of the map. And even though this might be good for Oddball to be over here, it's not so good for Strongholds, as that B Stronghold is going to be slid into. Finally, TriPPPeY will be slowed down. But 21-5 the start here for Optic Gaming that they would have dreamt of once more.
Yeah, certainly they're going to be very happy with that. And it's going to be a little bit of a melee battle. Actually, he's going to see Renegade go down there. A little bit of a trade in the back of the base. And needs to be very careful to push. Ola picks up another kill as well. And it's going to be StelluR who's top yellow right now, finding players in bat. And just going to try to hold this down, presumably for a little bit, to try to get a little bit of control.
Those shots are absolutely stellar from StelluR. As now TriPPPeY is going to be moving in. Unfortunately, he'll only be moving to the floor for a few seconds to give that a little bit of a closer inspection as he gets taken down. Eco now taken down as well, and just seems like everywhere we switch, it's carnage, bodies falling. And nobody really having control. But as we say that, control momentarily falls to Cloud9. An A and C setup here, so they'll be controlling across the map, but it's up to APG to try and disrupt that now as he moves towards A, but he will be alone here, so you're gonna have to be very careful of anyone sliding through this door.
Absolutely gonna want to watch everything he can. He does find a player on top Control, top A cat, is able to get the cap though, and does very well. He also did really well earlier at batteries too, is very happy with how those melee battles went to get that B control. So once again, points on the board for the side of Optic. They're gonna be happy with the scoreline so far, 65-17 at this point.
A little bit of a contention going over at the B stronghold right now, but C has been secured here for Optic Gaming, and the standout for me so far in this game has been those rotations, Andy. On strongholds, it's not about the hold so much anymore. It's about making sure that you're taking advantage of any space on the map, and if the stronghold is there for you to cap, you jump in and then you look for those split spawns. But APG starting to warm up a little bit. He was somewhat of a question mark, I would say, early on in the series for Optic Gaming, but look at the stats now. Bradley is starting to come to life.
Oh, he is, and look at the shots for the triple kill. Perfectly timed there on set. APG lighting up. If you watched their games yesterday, you might have said that APG was definitely a bit of a question mark. I'll be the first to say it as well, but he is stepping up here in these grand finals.
Everyone who wants to see APG at his best, and he's starting to pull out that kind of performance now. Optic Gaming trying to turn back over control here. In the turbine, there's a 1v1, and TriPPPeY's going to absolutely dominate that one. A double kill for TriPPPeY as he looks across towards the window here. to see if he can catch another player off guard. That'll be 3 dead here. There's a repulsor, and here's a mangler, and there's a play from TriPPPeY. Add them all together. It's simple arithmetic for him, but he's got the right results.
We are not kidding when we say the potential here for equipment and routes and the plays like that to hit a repulsor, jump, mangler, back smack, killing spree there from TriPPPeY. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the score line here. I was not kidding when I said getting under C9's skin was really Optic's way to victory in these grand finals, and they would need to do it over the course of potentially 10 games. They are doing it so well now. Trip cap here on Strongholds on Recharge in game number 1. They're playing so strong.
They certainly are, and there's a little bit of desperation you can see coming in as well from C9. Just everybody committing to that C stronghold, and if they don't get the kills, well, they're going to leave the camo available, and that's what's been picked up now by TriPPPeY as he moves back to C. This total control has been here for a while. Finally, it looks like some pressure is going to be applied by C9 as they now have control of A and C and will start to score, but TriPPPeY, he's still on the prowl, he's still invisible, and he's still got that mangler.
I mean, look at APG 12 and 5, TriPPPeY 14 and 3 now. I can't even keep up with the stats as I'm talking about. A little guardian angel across the map as well, and they'll finally secede control, however not before doing huge damage on the scoreboard.
C9 with an opportunity to score here though. The question is, can they hold in the same way that Optic Gaming did? What a win that is from TriPPPeY though. The man is winning every single individual battle that he's involved with at the moment. Confidently jumps out as well to see if he can help out his teammates. He'll finish the B capture. And one thing to point out there, the communication, Andy. One player started the stronghold. Yes. TriPPPeY moved in to finish it off as they cleared the space in front.
It's such a great point you make there on set. Such great teamwork, and they know that that's going to save them just a little bit. Are you kidding me?
10 in a row for TriPPPeY. That's caught me off guard, and now he's looking for another! This man is on fire at the moment. He is using absolutely every piece of what Halo Infinite is giving him to put on a show.
TriPPPeY has been unleashed. Earlier it was Lucid, now it's TriPPPeY here with 14 on the board. APG not far behind, to be honest, with 14 kills, and they are now up 197 to 54. This is a very different Optic than we saw earlier, certainly than we also saw yesterday. They're looking so strong across the board here in the game number 1 of our bracket reset.
AC Strongholds, though, were momentarily and still are in control of Cloud9, so they have to be careful here, Optic Gaming. If they've learned anything from their own successes in the last series, is that you cannot give anything to Cloud9 because you never know how quickly a game can turn around here in Halo Infinite. Chuck rifle shot will be missed. Oof. Camo will be dropped and not burnt. It'll be Renegade who goes in for it. He won't be able to pop it either, so all the attention at the moment on the power-up as TriPPPeY once again hits some crazy shots. The man is 19 and 4. 19 and 4 in this first game.
Absolutely unbelievable stats in any game, let alone a grand final against C9 and in a second series at that. This man is showing no signs of slowing, and we're not also seeing any slowing down on the scoreboard either. They're continuing to tick up here. They've broken the 200 mark, more than double that of C9, now just running control. TriPPPeY's not done, he's not backing down. Tries to go in, Eco wins that battle, but Ola's gonna try to push in as well, and maybe a little bit of an overextension from the Optic side for just a moment.
Having said that though, they managed to get control. For just a few seconds here, Cloud9. I need to finish off capping that stronghold, and maybe that a little half a second could actually cost them here because the push is coming in from Optic Gaming, and there won't be a challenge coming in because TriPPPeY manages to get that flank and manages to pick up that kill as APG stays alive. Little missteps like that can be a little difference maker, and maybe that was the case there for C9.
Nice little crouch strafe there from APG. He also gets the help he needed, but also, like you said, huge play to stay alive. Picks up a kill on batteries. Looks like he's not done yet. Picks up another one. Bottom on control. Can't even finish the next one because the players are dropping like flies. Just like that, less than 20 points away from closing out this game so fast on set.
Be challenged in the B stronghold, but there's a player crouching behind the pillar who will help him out and keep him alive. TriPPPeY, he's going to have another 1v1. He's down in shots, and he almost managed to put the player down as well, but he will finally fall. A crazy game coming in at the moment from TriPPPeY. Like we mentioned, Penguin will be taken down in the feed. So Cloud9 down players desperate for this B stronghold as well. They will have control of B and C, but this is kind of a transitional setup here, Andy. They want control of A.
They do, and right now they need to make sure that they're on top of it. This game, 3 points away. Essentially, the first sign of holding with no contention will end this game. So right now they have zero room for error. It's a Hail Mary to try to even win this game, but right now they're holding on. It's a matter of time before we see the next Optic push.
holding on for now, but like I mentioned, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, and I don't think anyone at home should either, because you never know what can happen in Halo Infinite. The comebacks are very, very likely, and they are very, very real, and those shots from Eco alongside the strafe are going to put TriPPPeY down, and maybe, just maybe, something crazy might happen here for C9. However, there's someone in that B stronghold. They need to get them out immediately. They don't, and that could be the game.
They get
A.
No, they get
A.
They get A right there at the perfect timing to make sure that no points do tick up on the board. They're losing C, but also converting B. So you're going to see just back and forth tug of war, exchange, huge reset there.
They had to win that fight. He loses that fight, then that could be game over. Eco winning the 1v1, timing the push perfectly. However, he does get hit by the nade, and now you're going to see Optic Gaming jumping into that B stronghold, but StelluR's there. They will get it. However, the points will finally tick up, and Optic Gaming go up 1-0 in our grand finals bracket reset.
And you have to wonder, maybe just a little bit too little.
My veins, Andy. This is nuts.
Yeah, just maybe too little too late from the side of C9, because they started to wake up. To be honest, if they hadn't had that last stretch of points, we would have actually seen Optic win something like 250 to maybe 100 would have been the final score. So C9 starting to wake up there at the end of the game, but they didn't give themselves any cushion to actually do so. So they'll drop game number 1. They'll drop what is now their 4th game out of the past 6, and we go to StelluR on streets.
One thing to point out as well, the players who have been really stepping up for Optic Gaming, TriPPPeY and Lucid. They've played together for so long now. They broke into the scene. There were some questions maybe about their ability under pressure. Questions are starting to be answered right now as we can see the stats coming in. TriPPPeY 26 and 10, Andy. 26 and 10.
Well, what do we even say about those numbers? They tell the whole story. Let's take a look at some more of the scoreboard, because the numbers are bound to just get crazier as we take a look at everything. We'll take a look at the damage as well, just to see exactly how everything went down in that game. But I mean, my God, what a performance from the side of Optic. They're going to be so pleased with them. And I got to say, as we take a look at the highlights here on set, Optic Gaming looks not only so strong, but it feels like C9 just is like you said, they're playing a little bit rushy. They're getting frustrated. They're pushing plays that they normally wouldn't, and Optic is getting the better of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not the C9 kind of duos that we usually see running around the map together, right? It's someone trying to make a little bit of a hero play. There seems to be a little bit of miscommunication, and all of these things are being taken advantage of by Optic Gaming. This would play, by the way, once again, just a showcase of some of the things you can do in Halo Infinite to get an advantage on your opponent. But TriPPPeY, the man was just kind of marauding around the map, just picking off players left, right, and center. And every single time we saw him in a fight, he would be the victor.
Absolutely incredible stuff from their side. It just felt like also the team shot and the angles that they were able to play. Look at are you kidding me with the grapple mangler melee after the killing frenzy? Just these are insane plays that we're seeing out of them. There's a reason that guy went 26 and 10. He's fearless, and he's putting on a show in this game.
It's very, very true. It's very, very true. TriPPPeY really doing some crazy stuff in the game, and it's not just, as you say, it wasn't the repulsor, it was a grapple, it was always the mangler though. It was always the combination of the two, which was the most impressive thing. The mangler getting a lot of love from TriPPPeY, but I mean, Optic up by 1. You mentioned it. I think C9 are shook. I think they're a little bit shaken. They're not like a martini. They're just not feeling too good at the moment. It's going to be important for them to answer back right now, Andy.
Yeah, they need to answer back, and my God, are they ever capable of it? Like we said, not dropping a game all the way to the grand finals, and then looking strong in the games that they won in the in our first grand final. But now it just feels like Optic's gotten under their skin, and I don't think we're seeing C9 play anywhere near their potential. I don't think they're playing in terms of their composure either. We're not yet seeing that, but we're going and jumping into the game right away. Here we go. Game number 2, StelluR on streets.
StelluR on streets. First to 50 once again. StelluR going to pick up the first kill. TriPPPeY, no surprise, he gets his kill. And we're watching the point of view of the man who popped off in that last game, but he'll be popping back into the respawn screen for now. An even start for both teams here. Renegade going to come in with a hot challenge, and it looks like Lucid is going to win that battle, and that's going to give a small lead, just one, here to Optic Game.
Battles like that, though, are so important. What you just saw from Lucid. I thought he was going to get the thrust, turn, fade away with the rockets. Instead, the rockets will go down bottom middle, but those little kills that you eke out, they will continue to frustrate your opponents. And look at this, a nice set of kills, though, coming in for C9 right away as they go up and they take the lead for just a moment here in the game. However, those are traded out 7-7.
7-7, lucky for neither team at the moment, as the Bulldog will have an effect on this game. It's in the hands of Renegade as his teammates will spawn up. But look at this, he's managed to spot out spawner around the PD statue, and now he's going to back up to his teammates. So smart recognition of the map situation coming in from Renegade here.
Certainly. Let's take a look at the spawners. He probably thought someone might be spawning back elbow as well. Looks like they actually all spawned B arcade. So he's going to have a moment. He doesn't know that, so he's being very careful around cafeteria. Also going to know he has to check A. Going to try to win this battle at A. If they get that, that's going to give them some good angles. But he doesn't know. He thinks there might be a player back A. He just hasn't found him yet. There he is.
Oh, and he's going to get caught out, but can he survive? The nade will come in. Renegade does have the Bulldog as well, and I'm not sure if TriPPPeY will be aware of this. He's trying to find Renegade, and there's the rest of C9, and now TriPPPeY says, peace out, boys, I'm out.
Look at that, just trying to play ring around the rosy. In the end, though, it'll be all Renegade. Look at Renegade playing that so well. Somehow Dipsy doodles around caution, goes back to B stairs, flies back out for the double back, and just like that, through that exchange, it's 14-7, C9 answering back.
Doubling up on the score of Optic Gaming then. And I don't know how Renegade got away with that, but he did. And that's all that you'll care about if you're a C9 fan. Manages to pick up one APG. Will trade it out almost immediately. So the Bulldog is down, the Rockets are up, and it's going to be Penguin who picks them up here for C9.
That's a killing spree for Renegade as well. He leads the game in kills by quite a margin, more than double that of anyone else on the side of Optic Gaming. Going to be very happy with that. Picks up one on B stairs. Also got a little beam in hand in case he needs to use it, but just like that, 18-11. Optic keeping this close. However, a nice little lead here early on for C9.
TriPPPeY moving towards these B stairs here. Got the Sentinel beam in hand as well, and let me tell you, that thing will melt away at shields very, very quickly. Cloud9 starting to play on the back foot a little bit here, but there's some shots from behind. There's a player who's been a little bit sneaky. And that player manages to pick up a couple of kills. Here's Optic Gaming then. Pistola picks up one as well. He'll get taken down almost immediately. So it's just trade for trade for trade at the moment. But Cloud9 are going to be absolutely fine with that. They have the lead to play this kind of game, Andy.
Ooh, TriPPPeY going red room. StelluR did not have eyes on that red room, so we'll have to see what happens at arcade here. And it's going to be a battle. TriPPPeY does well to win that one. He has help coming from APG as well. Look at TriPPPeY winning that battle there. The area you see on your screen right now, folks, if you haven't played a lot of Halo Infinite, it's called tires. Very, very important, crucial control point here. Really, you're going to see a lot of action revolve around here. That's why the game's slowing down just a little bit here now. 7-kill game.
Bulldog going to connect, but not quite as much as he would have wanted it for. StelluR will be taken down. TriPPPeY trying to work his way around this B arcade structure in order to stay alive and wait for his teammates to push up. He manages to do so as well. So now there's going to be a push coming in here from Optic Gaming. Couple of shots into the back here from TriPPPeY. A couple of grenades go down as well. He's going to manage to pick up one. He could pick up two. Yes, he does. TriPPPeY laying down the landmines, and he's going to make it three. A triple for TriPPPeY.
Are you kidding me? It's not the first triple we've seen from TriPPPeY. You're going to start calling him Tripley because he's picking them up back to back to back to back. C9 still putting points on the board, so they haven't brought it as close as they might want. However, a lot of kills going in there for TriPPPeY as he cleans that up, trying to win on the B stairs. Finally gets taken down, on the B streets. But just like that, 6-kill game. Rockets do come in as well. Penguin's going to be on the receiving end of that one, and it's a 5-kill game back and forth between these two squads.
Rockets in the hands of APG, though. This is a chance here for Optic to make a comeback. However, that grenade is going to do a little bit of damage. It's going to flush him out of tires, and if I know C9, they're going to look to capitalize on that as well. Only one rocket in the chamber, though, and it's not going to connect. So APG cannot be the game changer that maybe he needed to be in that situation, but maybe he can take that opportunity now, pushing up with his teammates. One player's going to chase him, and APG says, don't chase me, boy. I'll put you back into respawn.
Just like that, 25-28. It's a 3-kill game. It was just an 8-kill game in favor of C9, and this is exactly what we've seen Optic do. I was going to say that they needed to do it, but they've done it so fast. They need to just keep winning these small bait and switches. They need to play the long game, and they're just continually exhausting the resources and really the patience of C9, if we're honest, because just like that, it's now a 1-kill game, now 2 kills, 29-27 in favor of C9.
Stalker rifle in the hands of TriPPPeY here. Couple of shots onto Eco. One headshot here, he'll get the kill, and yes, he manages to convert the damage into the most effective stat that they're looking for right now, and that is kills. 30-30, Andy. It's almost like we couldn't have it any other way at the moment.
What a comeback. This was just an 8-kill advantage for C9. They've let it just fall apart due to the fact that we have such great team shotting, teamwork, and once again, patience from the Optic side, ready to play this game for the long haul, just continuing to hold down arcade. That's the area I'm talking about, though. Keep looking at tires, keep looking at pillars. It's such a crucial control point, almost regardless of game type on this map.
Look at this push coming in. Oh my word, TriPPPeY is holding things down, and once again, it's a double for TriPPPeY. The Stalker and the BR combining to make a beautiful cocktail for him that results in kills.
TriPPPeY 12 and 5 right now, checks all his corners and tires, finds a player back a court, only gets taken down by the player that finally jumps up to tires as well. But just like that, it is a 1-kill lead for Optic during the home stretch, and these two teams have been neck and neck all evening. Been an incredible series so far. Here we go, last 15 kills of the game.
1-kill advantage here for Optic Gaming. You can see they're all stacked over the map as well, and APG's got the rockets again. This could be massive now. Can the story be slightly different to what we saw last time from APG with these rockets? He's going to pick up one, so that's big from him. 2 rockets, 1 kill, but an opening at least. His teammates are going to be trying to move up as well. And those kills will be traded out, so still that 1-kill advantage. You have to say for Cloud9, they're going to be more than happy with that.
They need to clear out back PD. They know there's a player here. He saw a player that went balcony to back PD, but they clear it out. So now instead you're going to see some towers, some tram spawns. A player bottom middle as well does get the 1 kill. So now here we are tied 37-37.
APG just on the prowl at the moment, has a 1v1 with StelluR, does 3 shots to him. His teammates there and will be converted into a kill. So an assist for APG. Just needs to keep his head on a swivel here, because you know that C9 are going to try and do something. You know they're going to try and push. They're going to try and get an angle, put pressure back onto you. But Optic Gaming have held strong throughout this grand final.
They absolutely have, and now up by 2 here. That's going to just give them a little bit of cushion now. APG's getting curious, and here comes the push, actually, with all 3 players coming in. The first one's going to go down. Lucid's the first one to drop, so they need to play this very carefully. Make sure they're at least trading out at this point.
APG going to jump up the dumpsters here, and he might have the god flank, but he might also be in a position where he could forward. Just a trade here for APG. TriPPPeY comes back around the corner, picks up 1, and he's now going to scarper away towards his teammates here just to try and live, but Eco will not let him do so. It's tied up again here, 42-42, as a lead is eked out now for C9.
C9 trying to get it on lead by 2. They're not able to do so. They have to retreat, and that's not how Optic wanted that tram push to go. They're not able to really trade out. Instead, they essentially go down by a kill, and that's not how they wanted that push to go. They are the ones that instigated a tram, so they're going to be looking back at that, but no time to think about that as Penguin just doing whatever he can to hold tram, but nades himself. Somehow stays alive here in tires, as you see 2 players in tires, and C9 picks up 2 extra kills along the way. Now make that 3, 47-43.
Yeah, big plays, big holds from C9 as well. Penguin managed to stay alive in this situation. APG might be taken down as well, and now it's just 2 kills to close out this game and tie up the series to give us another game. The Halo fan in me wants it. As now they try and hold, but look at the damage just being done. 2 players, 1 shot here from Cloud9. Penguin just trying to hold this corner. Well, this one ain't done yet.
49-43, that push never comes in. That should be, let's see, it on the end. As yes, indeed, it will be a C9 win. They'll close it out 50-45. In the end there, they close it out. StelluR on streets will go to C9. And a back and forth match. It was tied all the way really until that 37 mark. But after that, it was all C9 all the way home. They will win game number 2.
Win game number 2, and then you're like, all right, so we go to a game number 3 with our grand finals tied up to 1-1. Everyone's cool, everyone's chill, and it's like, all right, what's the game type? Oh, this is the one that went to overtime in the first. So, I mean, you always say, like, it couldn't be closer, it couldn't be closer. It's a cliche, right? Well, this couldn't be closer between the 2 teams. It has been an incredibly entertaining grand
Renegade,
final, but yeah.
Renegade in the end, though. We were talking about TriPPPeY all game. But 19-10 from Renegade in the end, and a +9 in a game where your team wins by 5. I'd say that's a pretty big deal on set.
Yeah, that's Renegade at his best, and he's turned up today a lot of times for his team. And you can see the damage dealt as well, 4.7k for him, the most in the lobby overall. Decent damage across the board, to be honest, from all players. Penguin maybe not quite getting the damage that he would have wanted, but he did make some decent plays that contributed towards that win. And speaking of which, we'll take a look at the highlights from that last game, Andy. It gives us a chance to catch our breath for just a second.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it didn't. To be honest, at the start of this game, it was back and forth once again.
It really was. Look at this 14-7 lead. What an amazing game that we had here. Just, I mean, so back and forth, a complete tug-of-war match, because once again, here we are with a 7-kill lead for the side of C9. It looked like they were going to run away with this. Now a 10-kill lead at the 24-14 mark. And then finally, we started to see TriPPPeY just heating up just a bit. How he gets this kill on Renegade, I will never know. He pulls out the triple rabbit out of a hat, as you would say. Stalker rifle play from TriPPPeY as well, as he's able to light it up. And just like that, we're tied at 31. Just a crazy back and forth game.
Yeah, I mean, TriPPPeY was making so many big plays. That double kill as well around B, where I think that C9 had made the call to try and flush him out. He backed up, he had that Stalker rifle, and we know how much damage you can do so quickly if you hit your shots with that thing. And Another
That
kill
push,
being
though.
secured for him, but this is the push. This is what you were talking about. And then C9 had the opportunity to just kind of throw themselves on one side of the map to close things out, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, really interesting to see the way the Optic played that. On the one hand, I really like Optic's decision-making. I like the in-game leadership to decide to push on Tram. You saw that we had players going down B Street into C. We had players pushing from Neons. They had the pressure on Tram. In the end, they essentially not only trade out, but they actually go down by 1 after that. And that was a play that they instigated. So if you're an Optic fan, it's tough to watch because they're the ones that decided to make the push. And you could argue that it maybe lost them the game because they weren't able to collapse in that way. So I expect them to hopefully just kind of keep their heads high because they need to keep making those calls and execute. In that play, they just didn't. But if you're an Optic fan, you hope that they don't kind of slow down and maybe second guess themselves. They're able to execute. In that play, it just didn't go their way, and it may have cost them the game.
I always feel like it's usually when it's the team who try and make the play that they have the most success. So I don't hate it from Optic whatsoever. You know, they tried to take the initiative. If they win that game, they're feeling good in the series, right? They're 2-0 up, and all of a sudden they find themselves on a map where it could be back and forth from what we've seen in the previous series. But speaking of which, we need to look forward now to our game number 3. Like we mentioned previously, it was tied up 2-2 after regulation time. An opening strategy for C9 gave them the win to get that final cap in overtime, but I mean, I don't really know what to say anymore about this series. This has been one of the closest series I think I've seen in a long time in esports, full stop, let alone in Halo.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible series. And like I said, if I were to have been told to write the script of how I'd want the first evening of Halo Infinite tournaments to go, I wouldn't even have written it this well. This is amazing, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of. So, Mark, you and I have waited for this moment for a very long time to sit next to each other, and of course, alongside Lottie and Wes as well. And to be honest, all of you in chat, this is an amazing time to be a part of as a competitive Halo fan. So let's get into our next game, going to be CTF Aquarius.
Here we go then, and a reminder to everyone who's watching right now who might be interested in the hype around Halo Infinite. The game, the multiplayer is free to play, so get online on your Xbox, on your PC, wherever you want to get hold of it, and get it downloaded and get into matchmaking, and then get involved in our tournaments that are going on as well. Here we go then. Time for me to catch my breath. It's over. We're back into the action. It's Aquarius capture the flag in our grand final reset. Cloud9, Optic Gaming.
These two teams tied 1-1, and what a grand final it's been. It feels like it's been an entire evening of grand finals, and that's exactly what it's been. We're in our second best of 5 here, as we'll see which teams are able to get the first kills up top, and it looks like kills are going to be exchanged off the break.
Renegade picks up 1, StelluR picks up 1 as well, so it's going to be 2 dead here for Optic Gaming momentarily. Battle that go down, it will be traded out. So it looks like stagger spawns are starting to come in here for Optic. They have to be careful, have to start playing their lives a little bit, as Renegade tries to escape with his, and now Renegade will actually have the heat wave in his hands, as that kill will be traded as well. And that's been the story of this, and it's just been back and forth, no one really having any kind of control.
It really has been. The first camo grab is going to go StelluR. He will activate immediately and try to scurry away, able to get away with it fully activated and not taking any damage. He's going to be very happy with that. Maybe provide the first opening. You do see a player pushing low, and he was ready for it along with the team shot as well. That's going to give them maybe the gap that they needed to get a little bit of mid-map control.
StelluR still creeping along the needle side here. Past where those dynamo grenades do spawn into the engine now. Gets the kill. That's very nice and going to open up the needle side of the map because he knows there's no one else there. And look at that, just snaps onto that player. Wonderful work here. If he can pick up this kill, this will be a massive chance for TriPPPeY. Goes absolutely huge. That kill has just stopped that flat cap.
Plays like that are just, you cannot describe the value of a play like that from TriPPPeY to win that battle. That was a must win. If he had lost that, that flag would already be at the halfway mark on the map. He's going to be very happy with how that went down. But the question is, Mark, which Cloud9 are we going to get? The overtime Cloud9 that won the game in 1 minute 30 seconds, or are we going to see the Cloud9 that showed up for the first 12 minutes of CTF? That's the question so far. And really, if you're on the side of Optic, you know you need to step it up because C9 is at any moment just able to collapse and totally control the game. However, Optic's been putting up such a great fight in this game so far.
I think we're seeing the best of both teams. I think that's what we're seeing right now. It really is. All of the the kinks in the armor, so to speak, have been flattened out, and everybody's playing at their highest level now. And it's just about big moments in the game. Who wins those? Camouflage is going to be one of those moments. Lucid manages to get it in his hands. He manages to pop it as well. And now he can make some plays because he's found himself a heat wave.
Here we go. Lucid and a heat wave and a camo. This is a very, very dangerous recipe. for our grand finals, and right now just on the prowl, trying to see what he can find, maybe any players jumping up, and the first one he's going to find is StelluR. Manages to make sure he doesn't trade. And one thing we got to talk about StelluR is earlier today, the stats still coming from him were crazy, and I don't want to say he's been silenced, but certainly the side of Cloud9 has definitely slowed him down just a little bit. So we'll have to see if he can step it up even more. This could mean a victory for Optic in the end.
Lucid's kind of creeping forward here, and they're managing to get kills and managing to get control. And by having that heat wave, I think he's actually starting to scare the likes of Cloud9 actually off of this plant side of the map, because they know if they push into those close quarters that he's going to be a problem. So he's just picking up kill after kill, and by doing that, Optic are starting to creep forward towards that flag. However, when he's picking up these kills, his teammates unfortunately have started to fall. If you're a C9 fan, Optic Gaming doing a good job of just...
Oh my God.
holding for now, but Lucid, he's just on a tear right now.
I don't know how he's alive. Finally, he gets taken down there. He will eventually fall, but just running train. And we talked about just how important that heat wave is, especially when you're running circles around the base. Nice job here from Penguin now with the heat wave in hands for him, as he's going to continue to come back.
Penguin had the chance to try and recreate where he just had to experience, and his teammates had to experience. But while he's doing that, he's going to be running the flag here across the top of the needle side of the map. He's going to get it into his closet as well, get it back to his gem by the looks of things. And with one player dead, two players dead for Optic Gaming, this is going to be, by the looks of things, the first cap of our game. Number three. No! Why did I say that? Because I know these things aren't as easy as they look. A double kill for StelluR, though, might secure things here for C9.
Right, because two were spawners, so that really should secure it. A spawner should cap this, yes, indeed, right away, so Eco is able to come back for it. So it's a really important double kill there from StelluR, because you might have noticed the two were fresh respawners. So him getting those two kills essentially recontrolled their base. So it looked like it might have been a goal line finish for just a moment. Instead, it will be 1-0 in favor of C9. They will lead in game number 3.
Eco with a heat wave, Eco with a kill to his name. Manages to push back through the gen. There's another player in front of him, and he'll manage to trade that one off as well. So double kill here for Eco. Unfortunately, his teammate can't win that fight, which means that they won't have as much of an advantage as they would have wanted. 3 players fall, but at least they fall being aggressive here. They will have the opportunity to respawn pretty comfortably.
One thing I do want to point out that a lot of players, whether you're playing in the playlist or you've watched enough scrims or tournament play so far, some of the best players right now are avoiding melee range just because of how clunky trades can be and how easy it is to get traded out kills and melee kills, etc. Some of the best players in the game right now that are really succeeding are keeping a distance, and they're only getting into melee range when they absolutely have to. Otherwise, they are really racking up their kills outside of that melee range. That's another example right there of the traits I'm talking about. We're seeing a lot of that, and the teams that are doing the best are making sure that their players are avoiding the melee range when they can.
TriPPPeY into the base. TriPPPeY picking up the flag, and TriPPPeY getting it moving as well. 3 players have now fallen. He's going to double back just to get that final play. The rest of them on spawn. The last player, excuse me, is going to be bottom mid. Well, now you can see that TriPPPeY a little bit wary about where he has to run this one. Just going to take a few seconds to make sure that his shields come back. There's a player who's going to jump up on him, and that is massive from Penguin, not just to stop the flag run, but also to stay alive.
Yeah, absolutely. He managed to get the melee on Penguin, so we'll have to see if they're able to kill him in the end. No, they're going to jump on the re, and it's a big re from Cloud9, and they're not done yet. They're going to be flying into the base with their opponent's spawning corner.
Needs to go down into the plant side closet. Shots are coming in. You can see they're trying to fight back, but they're fighting through a tunnel when they're fighting into the BR of StelluR here. The flag has been moved off the stool, but the problem is he's going to be taken down for now. Eco keeps moving, though, as they had to come back for StelluR there, Optic Gaming. Not as easy as it would have seemed. And Cloud9, who have already managed to put 1 flag on the board, might be able to put the second in here.
Oh, nice job with the thrust there to come right back and just wait and bait with the flag instead, not get taken out. But look at the re. It's already halfway through. APG needs to be very careful here. The heat wave's going to help him out. Not sure how much help he has from top mid. Going to try to time this kill if he can. Yes, he gets it. And going to jump on the return again. Does he have the help he needs? No. Tries to maybe go for a pull. That doesn't come out either. 2-0 in favor of C9. Look at that.
StelluR has managed to steal away while all this is going on and get that camo. He's managed to do some damage with his teammates. That's 2 dead. They might have an opportunity here to counter cap. Although they lose that flag, they need to take advantage of this. StelluR doing a huge amount of damage across the map. Can the pull get moving, though? Can they get the flag going? Eco's in a position. I think he's just spawned up above Lucid. He survives long enough for the respawns to come in. And this is now looking like a difficult ask for Optic.
They fall like dominoes, and you have to think that Ola just wishes he was truly 1 second, maybe 2 seconds earlier with that camo. It could have helped with the stop and could have just been a little bit earlier. And then you see the rest of his teammates still try to force that, and they will go down 1 by 1. So now here we are with a 2 flag deficit for Optic, a 2 flag lead for Cloud9 with just under 5 minutes left in the match.
Trippy moving back through the engine once more. C9 know that he's here, but he's avoiding these grenades really, really well. If his teammates can get in position here to just do a little bit of damage or maybe flank up on these players, then it's going to be an opportunity for Trippy to move in and pick up some pretty easy kills. However, none of C9 are being easy kills. None of C9 are easy kills, as Eco is actually going to be taken down, and StelluR. But the problem is here for Trippy, he needs to push one side because it looks like they're holding both Planter and the Gen side, which means that the spawns are going to keep happening in the back of the base, and he just can't get in for that pull.
By the way, huge credit to C9, the way that they've run the flag this game. Finally, Olo will stay alive here, but the way that C9 has run the flag this game has been so patient. They've been slow off of the pull to make sure that they have the coverage, but once they hit top mid, they fly. They go straight through top middle. That has made such a difference, and they're patient on their own flag stand once again. Another kill from Ola here, staying alive. Now he has the heat wave in hand, hoping that his team's going to be able to push up, but no, several red X's on the screen.
Penguin managed to pick up 2 there in the feed. He's looking to make it a triple as well. He gets 3 in a row. It won't be the triple medal, but he'll be more than happy to take down 3 members of Optic Gaming in a row. Renegade manages to steal away with that camo, manages to pop it, and also manages to stay alive here, but only for a few seconds, as he will be taken down, and that's going to be StelluR getting the trade.
Ooh, we hear Trippy staying alive once again. Look how hard that they're pushing utility. This is the 3rd spawn in a row that we've seen Optic desperately trying to control this area. This is their strategy. They go utility, they try to hold that, then they wait for the help to come. It hasn't paid off just yet, but they're still going to try to force this and see what they can do. But right now, a little bit of a base trade.
Yeah, base trade. Flags being moved on both sides of things. Trippy and StelluR both seem to be doing the same job, but only one of them can win this, unfortunately, as StelluR will pick up yet another one. Trippy has to win this fight. He does manage to do so.
Interesting, no heat wave out there from Trippy at that moment. You have to wonder, maybe Optic for the BR. Could he have gotten that read? Good shots on flag, though.
Flag's still moving. He's got the heat wave now. He needs to win this fight, but Renegade will win it. Is anyone in position for C9 to keep this flag moving? Of course, we do play to 5 flags, so this won't be the end of the game. APG going to move in, but this is such a risk for him. Penguin in position. He gets taken down as well, as it's going to be Ola who comes in on the flank, but he'll be taken down, but without sending the flag home first.
Big play from Ola there. You could see just how much he was flashing, just how much shields and health he had. He's able to get it at the very last second. We'll keep this game manageable, but if I'm honest, with only 2:20 left on the clock, with the way this game has gone, going to be a very tall order for Optic Gaming.
Lovely headshot coming in from Renegade, though. Just managed to swipe across. He then gets the help from top mid as well, but big damage being done by that heat wave. There's the thrust. There's more damage as well, as he almost manages to take down yet another player inside of the base, but Trippy will be taken down by a Penguin who's just trying to stay alive for now. But this is getting a little bit scrappy, Andy. Neither team really has had control more than those 2 occasions that the flag has been pulled.
I want everyone just to quickly, as we're here at this point in the game, take a look at the kills and deaths column. This game has been so back and forth. These players, a lot of them are essentially even. Trippy, the one really standout, but these players just going back and forth in terms of kills. However, it's been such stronger objective play from the side of C9 all game long now, with only 1:35 left on the clock.
Trippy coming off the respawn then, and it will be 4 alive here for C9. APG trying to move in, manages to do so, manages to take down Renegade. Good communication and good team fire coming in for Optic Gaming, and we've seen them do some crazy things so far, Andy, with 1:20 left on the clock. Is there enough time for them to do one more?
I would say with 2 flags on the board, it's going to be the tallest of orders. I don't know if they have it in the tank, but they certainly have surprised us before, picking up a few kills here and now trying to make something happen towards the back of the base as well. But that StelluR spawn is going to cause disaster for ABG's push.
60 seconds left. We've seen some crazy things, like I mentioned, but this is looking like it might be just too much of an ask with 54 now left, and those seconds ticking by are going to feel like they are just flying by for Optic Gaming. They're trying to overextend where they can, but this is just leaving space for Renegade to move behind enemy lines and just cause more problems. Ask more questions of Optic Gaming. Do you want to come back and deal with me in your base, or are you going to have to go forward and go for that flag?
Yeah, Renegade just goes for that little pull there, going to force a player to even go front, and comes all the way back to his corner to help out with that kill. It's a beautiful play, and as we see the clock go down under 30, it's just going to be C9 continuing to control mid-map, continuing to control the slays, and look to close this one out.
2 players do fall for C9, however, they will be able to respawn at the back of the base, and with Renegade giving this cover up top, and with a heat wave in his hands, he's going to be able to do enough damage, you would imagine, to keep Optic Gaming from really causing too many problems. Stays alive for now, reinitiates as well, and that's big from Renegade. The flag is out. Well, that is going to be game, as Optic Gaming will fall to Cloud9 in our game 3, as Cloud9 go up by 2 in the series, 2-1 in the series, excuse me, and now just need one more game.
Yeah, and that was the C9 that we saw earlier in the overtime of CTF Aquarius from our game number 1. A dominant performance from them. They controlled everything they needed to. Optic Gaming continually forcing utility and trying to make that happen with only one player alive and not able to do it. And we just saw simply Optic getting out teamwork there by Cloud9. A very convincing win, if you ask me, but even though it was just 2 flags on the board, they're going to be looking good. Let's take a look at the stats from that game.
Yeah, let's look at the KDs then. StelluR 23-24, but I think, like you were saying, Andy, it's pretty much equal for kills and deaths across the board. Like you mentioned, the only standout really being Trippy, but even then, I mean, you're looking 26-23, not a big discrepancy between them. The one standout stat for me, though, Pistola, 17 assists. The man was shooting anything that moved.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at damage dealt as well. Big numbers across the board, as you said. And now it's one player who hit the 7,000s. That was going to be Trippy in the end. So you have to wonder, a great bit of damage and a great bit of slays coming in from Optic. However, to get outclassed like that on the scoreboard 2-0 really tells you about just how important focusing on the objective is in Halo Infinite and the specific nuances of each game type. Let's take a look at the highlights from that game.
Let's take a look at those indeed. And Aquarius CTF, it was a back and forth in the first time that we saw it in the first series of our grand finals, but this one, it was a little bit scrappy. Apart from those 2 moments of magic, the objective efficiency from C9 really was the difference between the teams.
And I think one thing that we're seeing, I alluded to it during the game, but Lucid was popping off in a way that we maybe have never seen him do in tournament play, as you saw that flag just get stopped, but C9 very cool, calm, and collected to get that cap off of the respawn. But Lucid was popping off so huge in his stats earlier today, and so far in the past few games, C9 has started to shut him down just a little bit. Now, Lucid's still putting up great points on the board, don't get me wrong. However, they're not letting him drop these 20 and 7s anymore. They're really starting to slow him down and put pressure on him.
They certainly are, and it's difficult to do that kind of performance all day long. Let's be real. Yeah. You know, you have these pop-off games. You cannot continually be doing it against the likes of C9. At some point, you are going to have a little bit of a slower game, and it's understandable why. Because C9 also recognize how impactful he's been. They probably started calling him out a little bit more. You know, back in the day, there used to be the call out, fine neighbor, right? Fine neighbor, because you knew how much damage that he could do on that TD lineup. And I mean, it's interesting to watch, right? This series, how it's developed as a series as well, how players are starting to counteract each other, how they're more recognizing how each other are playing on certain maps. But now we keep moving. We go on to live fire, we go on to Oddball. And this one, I said that C9 were one of the best Oddball teams that we've seen so far in Halo Infinite. They lost in a crazy way, which I still don't think they should have in the previous series. I've got to think this might be, I don't want to say it, but it might be the last game. It might be the last game here.
I think if C9 uses that Oddball game they lost as ammunition for this game, it definitely will be the last game, because they're going to be ready to turn it on and get ready. Renegade does get away with the sniper right away off of the rip as we take a look at APG and Trippy trying to work together top middle.
Oh, that's 4 dead.
And that's a double kill, all 4 dead. And Renegade going to be very happy to have the sniper in the hands and finding players in back B as well.
Yeah, Renegade is just daring anybody to challenge at the moment. He's going to jump back up to Nest for now. Lucid's going to try and get away and be able to do so. However, some shots are coming in the back, and now it's going to be just Nade Central. A little Fiesta going down. He might think about playing that sniper as well, and I'm not sure if that did actually just fall off the map, but it looks like it might have. Mangler now in the hands of Pistola. He'll be taken down bottom mid, unfortunately, as the Oddball has also gone down, but the lead is Cloud9's 27, I think it is, to 0.
Yeah, 32. They're still holding here on
That's
back
climbing.
tower. Still holding here on back tower. They're going to be happy with that. Renegade actually getting B spawns, and we're seeing back A spawns in terms of the base for the other side here for Optic. So they're going to be pretty happy with that flank. They're going to have angles, but it doesn't even matter because that's a nice brainer on Ola coming in from Eco as he's holding here on back tower. Going to help out as well. Maybe even try to play it, but no, the sniper will sit down there. Lucid does get a back tower push, but a very difficult angle on back pillars, and Renegade's going to win that unsurprisingly.
Yeah, Renegade had to win that as well. He's now going to use the repulsor to get back up to top tower to get some angles. But while all of this is going on this side of the map, it looks like Optic Gaming have tried to scrap that ball away towards Garage. It did move for a few seconds, and now Renegade is going to get overconfident. Maybe no, his teammate's going to be there to help him out to get that assist. And now what looked like a desperate almost play from Optic Gaming to scrape that ball back towards Garage. Now it's in the hands of C9, and now Renegade's on the flank.
Renegade's on the flank. He also knows that players might be pushing in here, going to find Lucid right away, clean that one up, and now try to see what might be happening. He thinks it might be going low. He's not really checking on top sandbags. Now he is, though. APG's the first one in, and Optic needs to get some kills on the board because this game is quickly getting out of hand.
Gonna pop the OS, manages to just about get it in before being taken down and leaving that for an opponent to pick up. There's the repulsor jump up towards top middle, towards these sandbags. However, just collapsed on here by Optic Gaming. But ball time is all that matters here. And if you're looking at things in this round number 1, it is still C9 who have that commanding lead.
Yeah, let's see what Eco does here on this push. And right away, getting the first shots on Ola is so big. Also head on a swivel. He knew that they were behind him. Such great knowledge of the split spawns that were coming in there. Knew that there was going to be players around, but it's a good bait and switch from Optic as well.
Renegade, last player alive here for C9. Pistola just biding his time, knowing that that was the case, and it will be the final kill who does go down. So all of the players now on respawn from Cloud9. This should be decent ball time here for Optic Gaming, as there's going to be a little ledge here that Lucid has found. Maybe just get some cheeky angles on those top mid sandbags, but now he's got the heat wave just patrolling around, seeing if anybody dares to challenge.
Yeah, right away picks up 1 kill now, and even the wave coming all the way back to hit him takes a bit of damage off of that one, and now going to stay on top A and just running around. Might be able to pick up another one here. Yes, indeed, helps with those 3 kills, and not done yet. Just like that, they take the C9 lead. They cut it in half. Now here we are, 63-35.
Yeah, this thing melts the heat wave. There's no other way to put it. This thing is a danger to anybody who runs into it, especially if you can hit those shots with the vertical reticle like you're seeing right now. And Lucid is showing exactly how to make it work. And APG just managing to get that ball back to tower, gets taken down just before he manages to get to the back ramp. But look at the score now, Andy. The time almost tied up. It's very, very close between the two teams. The next grab of that oddball, the next team wipe, as far as kills, might give the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, let's see what happens with this ball. Will it get played by one of these two players? Instead, going to be a temporary hold here for Eco. He's going to be very happy to get these points on the board. Nades are coming on the back tower, so tries to play. The ball will stay, though, at bottom pillars.
Big fight going on back pillars as well. Whoever wins that, keep your eye on the feed, might be able to control that oddball. APG and the rest of Optic Gaming now just trying to swarm across, and it's going to be Optic Gaming who win said battle, and now they will have tower control, and they will also have the oddball in hand. The time starts to tick down once more. A couple of players above, though, from C9. This might be a play ball opportunity, but no, Pistola's clearing him out on his own, and that's going to be the opportunity now for that lead to change as Pistola now moves down with a sniper rifle in hand.
Yeah, you could tell they wanted to clear out the top tower. They're still trying to go. Oh my God. Let's see if we'll look and hit another one. No, we finally will go down. It's a great shot there, the 180 onto the top tower. And like you said, essentially a tied game here. We will still see Cloud9 getting control of tower in the end. They will continue to rack up time, and this could be the round. Keep in mind, in the rounds, we're only playing to 100 in each round if you're just joining us here. So now only 18 points to go. 18
points to go, like you say, and they are ticking by, and they are ticking in the favor of C9. Optic Gaming might only have 1 or 2 more pushes here. It might even just be 1 push, because it is starting to run away from them. The seconds are ticking by faster than they ever have for Optic Gaming right now, and this is going to be the moment. The round goes to Cloud9, and now it's 1 more round for Cloud9, and they will be your champs.
And we are jumping right in. No breaks here. We are right into round number 2. Optic Gaming not getting the play balls that they needed there at the end of that game. So here we go. Round number 2. C9 leading 1-0. This is the go-ahead win round. If they take this, they will win the tournament. However, Optic Gaming needs to force a round 3 in this oddball game.
Kill's been traded once again. 2-4 for Optic Gaming, though, as Penguin's going to challenge this player bottom middle just long enough for his teammate Renegade to come around that corner and once again have an impact on things. Penguin now moving that ball away towards Garage. The call from his teammates not quite coming in. It looked like they weren't quite sure where the spawns were for Optic Gaming. What that meant is that ball got a little bit staggered. They weren't quite sure where they wanted to hold it, as Renegade now has an angle with that sniper, but can't quite connect with the headshot.
Trippy pokes his head out for a second just to see what might be outside, and it's no friendly neighbors outside. Instead, tucks his head right back around the wall and wants absolutely nothing to do with Renegade's sniper rifle. And to be honest, I really can't blame him here. Renegade's going to rotate all the way back up to Nest and try to get some new angles here.
Ball still in the hands of Optic, though, and this has started to turn into some lead for them as well. Ball will now be played out the front, 34-1.
Ball taken.
Penguin picking up a big kill, though. Eco and Penguin working together. 2 now dead, and that will be an opportunity to hold here for Cloud9. If he hits a big shot here, then Renegade might have been able to really hold off these players. It's a couple of body shots. There's one that manages to rip away at that player as he comes around the corner. Just a whip of the reticle to the body. 34-17 now. As Cloud9 are starting to claw back.
Yeah, they are. This is dangerous here for Optic Gaming, as C9 already essentially once again cutting that lead in half. And now back over to APG. Does manage to get the heat wave and another kill. That's a double kill. That's huge in the back of the base. Going to be very happy with that.
Heat wave in hand as well. Has to swap to that vertical reticle, and it will be taken out of his hands almost immediately. As Pistola now has that ball, so the kill was traded out. Excuse me. And now we're going to see him try and do some work on these players top mid. Great shots coming in, and look at this. Ola just recognizing the situation. Even though he was the one holding the oddball, dropping it for a few moments just to get the damage down to stop those players pushing.
Absolutely. Now just going to take a look here and just do whatever they can. As now a little bit of a lead here. They're going to be comfortable. They need to just continue to make sure that they're getting a player that's catching C9 off guard. You do not want to have C9 with these comfortable pushes where they could push pillars, where they could push scoreboard. You need to slow those pushes down. Here they come through basement.
One kill gonna fall. C9 getting aggressive now, and they need to as well. The grenade goes down, and we'll get the stick, so it'll be a trade, but not without StelluR picking up a double kill, and it looks like C9 might have an opportunity to break the setup. Oh my word, Penguin! He's dancing around the pole. His teammate now, Renegade, is going to come in to try and finish that one up. He looks like he will, and that should be ball time. Going here to C9 as they are almost halfway now. It's kind of like they're inching towards the score of Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming just can't get any kind of control on the map.
They are. Optic with a great hold just now to bring them almost to the 60-point mark, but TriPPPeY challenging from back pillars. That's risky because they already have a player C9 on a player like Ness, so they're going to continue to push, and now here comes the rotation all the way to Ness, and now they're going to force the A spawns. Oh my god, StelluR.
StelluR, that might have been one of the biggest shots we've seen so far in the tournament. That's kept your ball carrier alive. That has kept time going your way. Finally, Penguin gets taken down, but look at this, StelluR. He just doesn't mind. He's going to have a little touch on that ball, keep it alive, and bait it once more.
That's one thing that we're seeing really important in Infinite, right? Being able to just get a touch on the ball, keep it alive to make sure that it doesn't reset. Good shots here from TriPPPeY, just trying to do whatever he can to try to take down StelluR, who's forced all the way around Nest. And right now, we're essentially tied up right here at the high 50s.
This is that shot. Teammates are falling around him as well. There's a player trying to creep up on him. This would be a big shot to hit for StelluR. Doesn't hit initially. Gets the body shot and the cleanup as well. Controls the tower, but is immediately taken down by a grenade. And look at the scores at the bottom of your screen. This is starting to run back to C9. I've said how they've been clawing. They've been scraping back at the score. As APG will finally get that ball out of their hands and move it back to Garage.
Yeah, APG does see a spawner there on A, but you see he's split right now, which you're going to see a lot of. Lucid now with the sniper in hand. Can he blow this game open? Hits another body shot. Are you kidding me? Impossible angle from low. Hits that double kill. That's going to give them an option. Renegade pushes. Might have tapped the body on Renegade as well. Not sure if we saw flashing there, but in the end, trying to get back in this game. They need to rotate, maybe go scoreboard, maybe start to bring a power up here because they need to keep putting points on the board.
Look at Optic though. Optic now with a big hold. This has been all theirs while all this action's been going on. While Lucid was popping off, they decided that we want another round of Oddball. They tie it up again.
Wow.
Bring on round 3.
My God. I don't even know what to say anymore, but this is the only way that this series could go, folks. Here we are, round number 3. It's a sudden death oddball match. The winner of this one will win the game. And as a reminder, C9 1 round away from closing out the tournament. Optic Gaming going to be looking to force this to go even further in the series.
Trust me, I'm watching this one as a Halo commentator, but also as a massive Halo fan. And this is ticking all of the boxes that it needs to this series. What a show it has been from these 8 gentlemen. Cloud9 and Optic Gaming, honestly, it's been the perfect way to kick things off for Halo Infinite. And there's going to be a lot more to come as well. But we've got to decide who's going to win this series. Like you might remember, it's just one more game or one more round for Cloud9. And they will be your champs as Renegade gets the headshot after the body. But for Optic Gaming, they win this one. And hey, surprise, surprise, we're going the distance.
We absolutely are. Renegade with an amazing shot there. Lucid wins a battle in the back of the base as well. He's got the heat wave in the back pocket, going to make good use of that. So what looked like it could be a very dangerous C9 hold is halted there at the 18-point mark. And if you're on Optic or an Optic fan, you're very happy with that. The double back from Lucid as well as he gets the call out. Very strong here. So Optic Gaming making sure they do not give the room to C9. And this is what I was talking about. We need to see Lucid run loose, and he's starting to do that.
Up and up to top tower now. Beatdown does go down. So there's going to be one dead per side, but this is going to be a hold here for APG. And time's starting to click.
And here's one thing we need.
Towards Optic.
Optic needs to make sure they're ready for the play ball. The play ball cost them round 1. They need to make sure they're in a position to be ready to play, and there is the play. A very nice job. It goes off the map. Then they're going to reset just like that. Now they have a nice, comfortable 15-point lead. If they can string that together a few more times, they will send this series the distance.
Eco picks up one. Grenade's going to go in once again. Penguin trying to do some work to support his teammates, and he's going to be doing exactly that. Eco picks up two now, and Eco may be looking for three as well. Renegade comes in to join the party. Two players now full for Optic Gaming. Cloud9 trying to move in, trying to get this done and dusted in this round three. And look at those commando shots. Stand up and salute the commando, because that was a little bit special.
That was a great set of plays there, but take a look at this. Right now, it's going to be a decent hold here as long as they can scoot this back. No, actually, they're going to lose a player there. That's going to be an unfortunate set of events, and now TriPPPeY even needs to be careful not to overextend here either, and they just need to play this slow. Once again, Optic has done well to slow the game down when they needed to throughout our entire grand finals. This is a moment where they just need to play control here, wait for each other.
TriPPPeY trying to do exactly that. Pistola with the ball in hand and starting to eke away at somewhat of a lead here, doubling up on the score of Cloud9, and this is looking a little bit scary. Here comes StelluR, but here's Pistola, manages to hit three, but StelluR with an important win for his team, Cloud9. Now, can they get that ball in their hands? StelluR's going to retreat, manage to pick that one up. Here comes APG, trying to get that play ball. Did it fall off the map? Yes, it did. So a reset comes in from C9, and to be honest with you, for Optic, that's absolutely fine as well.
That is fine. They're going to be fine with that. Look at this, though. It's a scatter gunner. That's a medal I haven't even seen as he picks that one up. It's a double kill as well for him, and starting to teach us all new things about this game. Even Ola thinks about hitting the shot on dummies. This is just getting out of hand. They're going to continue the hold. Look at this. Now 62 to 22. This is way too much fun. This is way too much fun.
I've got a permanent smile on my face, and it's going to continue the longer this series goes on. Pistola now bottom middle will get taken down eventually. They're going to leave that ball. C9 start to collapse. That was all dead, I think, momentarily for Optic Gaming, and now they have the ball in their hands. They have oh my god, StelluR's just broken someone's neck.
Oh my god, able to take down Lucid top mid. That's a huge kill, because as we said, Lucid's starting to heat up. Pillars players are trying to challenge down StelluR as well, so now we are back in the mix. C9 with a hold. They're down by quite a bit. My god, look at that shot once again. Going to be able to pick up two here as well. Double kill, killing spree, and just like that, C9 poised to put even more points on the board. You've got to be kidding me with those shots.
Ridiculous. StelluR is on a roll here in this game. This is nuts from him. He's saying, Optic Gaming, you ain't having this one. I'm going to do everything I can in my powers to keep this a C9 tournament win, but now he's going to be taken down. APG pushes aggressively across the top, and TriPPPeY is now last player alive. He will pick up the kill onto Eco here. He will push in, but can he get the ball out of the hands of C9?
It's a great rotation to be. Renegade's already there. It's a great B rotation there, and Optic's in trouble because the hold is going to continue here, and it's essentially just a tied game through all of this. Penguin finally goes down from a crazy angle, looks like from C as well. Lucid holding pillar, so this is going to go down to the wire once again. We are essentially tied up here, 71 to 68.
Yeah, somebody hopefully is holding a counter right now of how many times we've said down to the wire or couldn't be closer, because it's starting to get a little bit out of hand, to be honest with you. But look at this. The play ball will now come in from Optic. They have decided that they want to just try and hold this lead. They want to try and slay, as Pistola does exactly that, as Eco will trade out the kill. Ola the only player down. 3 players down, though, for C9, and that is an opportunity here for APG to pick up some time.
He's going to have some help here as well. They don't trade and going to make sure to stay alive. They might rotate the ball back. They're going to need to rotate the ball back, but look at this. Just like that, they're about to cross the 90-point mark. It's a perfect play ball from Ola earlier. We'll talk about that later, because 10 points to go.
This is absolutely nuts. APG gets a peek down, but no. C9 stay alive, but only for a few seconds. This will be the game as all players fall. TriPPPeY just needs to get around the corner, but no. Somehow StelluR comes up with a massive play again. But is any of his team close enough to keep him alive here and keep the game alive?
Huge play by StelluR to stay alive here back 8. He does have a bait and switch here. If they're able to win these battles here, this could be the game. They could bring it back. Instead, going to try to get a little bit of kills on the board. That's huge. The kill on APG. Kills getting traded out here.
StelluR is on a roll. This man does not want to lose. He picks up yet another one. The power-ups are going to be coming up soon as well. Shots onto the player at dummies. He's going to get the OS, and if StelluR wasn't scary enough a few moments ago, well, he's got even scarier, and he's saying to the whole of Optic Gaming, I will challenge you.
Ola does burn essentially the whole OS. It's a great job from Ola to do so much damage there. If APG could pick this up and stay alive, that's big too. Optic doing so well to play patient off the back of tower. Once again, only 5 points for them to hold. They're holding the ball. This will be it. They will take the game.
What is going on, everybody? We're going to game 5. It's 2-2 as Optic Gaming win. Oh, honestly, add a couple of games. Add a couple of games. Change it to a best of 7.
This is outrageous. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. I'm just so glad all of you are here for a historic night of Halo. We're going to game 5 in our grand finals reset. Oh my God. What's up, everybody?
Oh my God, what's up, guys? I am literally mind blown right now. This is the most incredible thing we could have asked for right now on this broadcast. I just want to nitpick, your brains right now, because there's so much happening on our screens. There's so much to take in here for our viewers at home. I honestly, the one thing I'm taking away right now is Optic, their resilience to keep holding ball, resilience to break every setup that Cloud9 have right now. A moment there, Silo, they're holding Silo, Cloud9 have the ball. At one moment, both of you were saying oh, they're gonna have to dig deep to break that. That's gonna be pretty tough. They literally break it so well. They have so many different angles to use here. It was just unbelievable. Lucid with a snipe in pillars. Some of the moments that we saw from the team working together. The teamwork is coming across here with the Slays. I am so unbelievably impressed by both of our teams here, but Optic's resilience in that last one was insane. Clutch, what did you make of it overall?
I mean, you said it best. Optic's resilience. Every single time it feels like Optic is about to just get eliminated, someone steps up and makes an unbelievable play to keep them in it. I mean, whether it's TriPPPeY, whether it's Oa, Lucid has been doing it all day. APG's having a hell of a grand finals. I mean, they are all playing so well. And that's what you have to do if you want to beat a team like Cloud9. You have to be playing perfect. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing two teams go at it, bringing their A game on both sides. We're seeing a back-to-back game 5 here. And I mean, it's just every single one of these games, it's every shot matters.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now what is working so nicely for Optic, going up against Cloud9 in particular, is that we're rarely seeing 4 dead at one time here. They're making themselves, all over the map at the moment. They're kind of playing a little bit ratty, but that's what we want to see right now, because 2 go down, but it's okay because there's another 2 to pick up kills where others have weakened the opposition across the map, which is huge, and that's keeping them in it. That is allowing them to get across the map, to find where they're holding the ball and to break in. It's huge, and I gotta give a massive shout out to StelluR. Some of these shots have been unreal. He's been really keeping his team in that oddball game. Unfortunately, didn't manage to take the win there for that, going 2-2 here, but he really did start to kind of creep upon their scoreline at the end there, and that's all down to StelluR and his incredible shots there. Onset, Brav, you guys have been phenomenal so far, obviously with a bracket reset. The casting has been epic, so hype. Onset, I've got to ask you, how are you finding this series overall? Obviously it's insane, fun. But the level of Halo we're seeing, my dude, the level, it's incredible.
Look, we've been waiting for this moment for a long time, as a community, as casters, as everybody, and for it to deliver on this kind of level, it's everything we could have asked for, right? If you're watching Halo for the first time, if you're one of the new people checking out the hype of Halo Infinite, like I've said, welcome. This is the esports program. We've got a roadmap of this. This is just the first event. It is going to get bigger. It is going to get better. You've got to get involved at home as well. The game is free to download. Honestly, some of the best in the world doing what they do. It's just been a pleasure.
It really has. And if you guys want to support any of the teams tonight, if you want to support your grand finalists, go on over, get the skins, pop them on, feel the hype that these teams are bringing tonight in this action. It's absolutely amazing. Brav, what do you make of the series overall? Obviously, casting it, being at the front line with these guys.
Oh man, this has been incredible. It's surreal. As you guys have all said, I just can't stop smiling. It's been an amazing night for Halo. And one thing I got to point out is just how Optic learned from their mistakes in that game 1. I said that they lost the game 1 because they didn't hit the play balls. In that round 3, they hit perfect play balls. You might even have said that Ola's play ball back B looked premature, but instead it set up the perfect timing for them to get the last slays, win the game, holding the ball bottom middle. Been so impressed with how fast Optic is learning from their mistakes, adjusting, and then winning games.
Yeah, without a doubt, I think they've been adjusting so well. And I think something that was huge to adjust to was as well the pace that you have to match when you play Cloud9. They're really confident. They're very fast, gameplay pace here. And I think Optic have done just that while also bringing their own teamwork coming to this as well. So really excited to see what they pull out the bag here. And we obviously do have an epic one. We have a Slayer to kind of round things out tonight here on Bazaar. Obviously, Bazaar a little bit more of an open map map that we're seeing here. Obviously seen CTF on that today as well, but there's a lot of opportunity here. You really have to control that mid. There's a ton of power weapons to pick up right in the middle. A lot of battles are going to go down in that marketplace. Clutch, what do you think Cloud9 have to do? Obviously not being on the better end of the momentum here, to really kind of push things towards Optic Gaming and apply the pressure.
Cloud9 has to start playing aggressive. We haven't seen them really dominate and dictate the pace since this series has started. I know we're about to hop in the game, so I'll throw it over to Andy and Onset. But I mean, if Cloud9 cannot figure out a way to apply the same pressure, I feel like we're going to see an Optic Gaming win.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll find out very, very shortly. Gentlemen, it's back over to you on this bracket reset. It's going to be an absolutely epic grand finals victory here for one of our two teams, Optic versus Cloud9. We're going to get this one underway again.
Can't stop smiling. Gotta be honest. I actually say I can't stop smiling. I'm just sat here like goofy at this point. I'm just like, this is what I've waited for, right? This is what we've all waited for, and what a show it has been so far. We go again, ladies and gents. We go again. Game 5 in a bracket reset. An incredible losers bracket run from Optic Gaming. I mean, the losers bracket run in itself was ridiculous. And now to go up against C9, who before this grand final had not lost a map, had not dropped a map, to take the first series, to send it to a game 5. One thing I can guarantee is that, you know, there's going to be some team skins being sold tonight in the HCS store, and there's some of them are going to be Cloud9 ones. Some of them will be Envy/Optic Gaming. I think they've picked up a lot of fans tonight, Andy.
They absolutely have, because they put on a show, and one of the best shows that we've seen in competitive Halo in a very long time. Just to give everyone context here, you don't always get a best of 5 that resets another bracket into another best of 5 that both go game 5. This happens once every few years. So for the fact that it's happening here on their first event of Halo Infinite just is such an amazing tone setter for this entire 2021-2022 season. Excuse me. Here we are, folks. Game number 5 for the entire tournament. It's Cloud9 versus Optic Gaming. Only one more game to decide it.
I told everybody earlier, you know, at the start of this bracket reset, scooch back into your seats a little bit more. Get away from the edge. Well, get right on the edge right now. Get right up close to that monitor, wherever you're watching it, on your phone, on your mobile, your tablet, your TV. It does not matter, because I want you to watch this and remember how impressive Halo Esports is going to be over the next year or so. Halo Infinite is here, and even without giving away who's going to win this game, even without knowing who's going to win this game, we are back.
Back and better than ever, and it's been an amazing tournament so far. It's insane that we have a second best of 5 and a second game 5 between these two teams, and it's once again Optic and C9. They put on such a show this evening, and just huge shout out to the players here, because this has been a marathon for us as casters, a marathon for you guys as viewers, but also a marathon for these players, because they are putting on a show with the best Halo we've ever seen. Looks like these players are going to be loading in just a minute, so we'll break down this here. As you saw, Optic beat C9 50-45 the last time they played Bazaar Slayer, so a pretty close game. However, a 50-45 at this level is still a somewhat comfortable win for Optic. So I think Clutch said it best earlier on set. C9 needs to play the aggressive game that they can play, and we've seen Optic start to shut that down.
I think one of the craziest things to point out as well, which is, you know, where C9 have a lot of success in the past, right? They're just so individually skilled. So many times we have seen the likes of Lucid, we've seen the likes of TriPPPeY win those all-important 1v1s on the map, which has given Optic just a few seconds to breathe. If you lose them, Andy, against C9 with the pace that they play and you're down numbers, that's where it becomes a problem. But Optic haven't allowed that to happen. Those 1v1s have been so telling in the results of the series.
It really has been, and it's been just so back and forth. I mean, I think this is one of those series that I'm going to go back and absolutely watch this entire thing, just because of the drama that's been unfolding. And here we are on, so let's jump right in. Game number 5, tournament on the line.
Here we go. It is going to be the final game of the day. Early kill going to go down to Lucid. Renegade will fall on the opening strategy. They do get the dynamo grenades, but at the moment, the only thing that's falling outside of those is going to be all of the players from Cloud9. A clean sweep across the board from Optic. 4-0. The perfect start.
They got the Bulldog, they've got the dynamo grenades, like you said, rockets in hand as well, and they could not have asked for a better opening there. They will fall there off of the rip. Trade kills, though, for 5-1, and this is what we said Optic needed to do the last time these two teams played. Simply do not let Cloud9 get comfortable, do not let them get any sort of lead, and Optic did it so well the last time these two played about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, the problem for C9 now is like, how do you get out of this, you know, without giving away and just free kills, without being able to get trades, without being able to do anything. It's so tough to do with all of the angles that they have, and you can see they're just falling like dominoes at the moment. 8-1 to Optic Gaming. This has been a crazy series, and this has been equally a crazy start to this game.
Absolutely insane here. 7-kill lead off of the rip right away for Optic Gaming, and they're playing it so well. And like you said, this is really going to put the pressure on to the C9 side. They're going to need to get a little bit uncomfortable. Look at TriPPPeY somehow just dodging every single grenade and saying, and he wins the battle. You gotta be kidding me.
Are you kidding me? TriPPPeY. That was absolutely insane. Sliding between the pillars, re-challenges, and then comes back out with a bulldog. Dude. I mean, why not TriPPPeY? Why not just add another one to the collection? It's almost like we're watching a montage.
Do not adjust your television screen. TriPPPeY is still running bottom tower the same way he did in game number 1, still picking up double kills in ways that he should not be against C9. And just like that, it's 12-4 off of the break. Going to be so happy about that. 10 seconds left on Overshield here.
Middle of the map still controlled as well by Optic. Like you say, Renegade just managed to sneak past TriPPPeY there. I didn't know if he went top rockets or if he went bottom. It was bottom indeed. The Bulldog's still in the hands of TriPPPeY here. Renegade has to get this kill, and he does. But where has that overshield gone? That's the important thing to keep an eye on here. It's gone. I'm not sure where it's gone, to be honest with you, but Eco's trying to move towards the rocket side to see what he can do. Optic Gaming now trying to chase out these players down from low. Renegade will fall. Bulldog back in their hands.
Look at the help, and look how much time is being spent here at bottom tower. This is a large map, and the fact that you have players just flying in and out of bottom tower just shows how unconventional you have a team like Optic playing this, and they're really forcing, once again, C9 into very uncomfortable positions. This is 19-6 right now.
Yeah, that was happening.
C9 is a team that's capable of amazing comebacks, but this one could already be over. 20-7 now. C9 needs to step up right now.
I mean, it's the one thing that's been missing from a series, right? Is an absolute domination in a Slayer. So fair play. Maybe that's what we're going to get here. But 21-9, Optic Gaming. I mean, they throw it away from here. They will kick themselves. This is a massive opportunity. Make it 22 now as they're just starting to line up here for Optic.
Penguin just trying to stay alive, do whatever he can into the cubby here, and it's 24-9. And normally we talk about C9's resilience as well, but this score line is already so out of hand, and it's another rocket grab for APG as well, just going to hold those, and this has been far too easy for Optic. Clutch talked about it. We needed to see big aggression from C9, but Optic getting 4 dead off of the rip gave them all the control, all of the comfort to start to run away with this game.
StelluR did pack up 2 though, so APG's got to be extremely careful here, and I love how he's playing his life here. Has 1 rocket to use. Anyone who pushes here, even if you've got a Bulldog, should be taken down in at least a trade. 20 seconds till that overshield, Andy. That's going to be vital as we see APG moving in on it.
Jay tries to pre-fire the rocket. Looks like he doesn't catch anyone there. Instead, he's going to find StelluR and able to pick up that kill. That's big. Overshield here in 10 seconds.
29-11. Things starting to really snowball out of control here for C9. A beat down on the double doors as well will allow APG to move towards that overshield. The kill gets picked up as well as the overshield, and that is huge. They controlled every single thing they needed to at the start of this game, and now that we're past the halfway mark, I think C9 are more worried, not just about losing here, Andy, but the fact there might be stake on the menu too.
I mean, what do you even say here? Just as a reminder, anyone who's just joining us now as we start to hit some huge numbers here on Twitch, everyone, C9 came into these finals without losing a game. The fact that we have Optic winning 33-13 in our second game 5 is outrageous here as they're starting to run away with this game.
Oh my word, the combination play from APG and Ola to get that kill, and more importantly, keep APG alive. It's just been synonymous. This game 5 performance here from Optic Gaming. 36 kills on the board. They're only around 14, less than that now. 13 from closing this out, from turning around an entire grand final. And for C9, you just got to ask, what's happened here in this final game?
I have to say it right now. This is, and I say this with confidence, this is one of the biggest Slayer blowouts ever in a Halo Championship Series grand final and in the history of competitive Halo. It is 37-16.
Lucid jumping up with that Bulldog, taking some shots, but we'll take one with him as well. And it would be surprising to see him reach out and maybe get another one here, but it's going to be TriPPPeY who moves down low. That'll be a kill for him. And I tell you what, he's going to take a close look at that body to make sure that it's wearing C9 colors. And let me tell you, it is.
It certainly is now 41-16. This is, I don't know what you say about the score. This game is actually doing an injustice to how close this series has been. Optic Gaming just absolutely making a statement in our game 10.
TriPPPeY is just on a roll, and TriPPPeY is going to be hitting the grapple, and TriPPPeY is going to be getting more triples. And with that, it might be over. Our grand finals gets a grand final style play coming out of TriPPPeY.
Dude, I'm watching chat. They are popping off. They can't believe it. We can't believe it. Right? No. He is just adding insult to injury there as he flies in the back of the base. It's another rocket grab. 3 kills to go here for Optic to close this game out.
Yeah, that might be another one as the rockets come in. Lucid is chasing this play around the corner. C9, it's been a hell of a fight, but what a fight it's been from Optic Gaming. They will be your champions. 50-21. Does not sum up the series whatsoever, but it sums up how that final map went. It was dominant.
It absolutely was, and I don't even know what to say. Optic Gaming, they knew exactly what they needed to do in that game. They came out so strong, 4 dead off the break. On set, they never looked back after that complete dominance from Optic Gaming, and they are your HCS NA Open #1 champions for Halo Infinite.